Okay, my favorite movie is Terminator 2. It's the reason I got into movies, which eventually led to a job working as an editor. But there's another Arnold Schwarzenegger classic that everybody on the planet should see, and that's Total Recall. I love this movie so much, I even named my cat Quado. This movie is the shit. It's what I'd call a thinking man's movie.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
No, seriously, this movie has an 82 on Rotten Tomatoes, even higher than Commando. Commando!
What'd you do with Sully?
I let him go.
Even film critic GOAT Roger Ebert gave it a 3.5 out of 4 stars, saying, there may be people who overlook the Arnold Schwarzenegger performance in Total Recall, who think he isn't really acting, but the performance is one of the reasons the movie works so well.
You're having paranoid delusions.
You call this a delusion?
And I couldn't agree more. Aside from my cat, Total Recall inspired a bunch of other things, like a video game, TV show, comic book, a remake, and some music like Open Your Mind and Benny's song. Shit, even The Matrix borrowed a ton from it. Based on the Philip K. Dick story, We Can Remember It For You Wholesale, the movie was originally rated X for extreme violence until it eventually got edited down to an R rating, which had extreme violence.
See you at the party, Richter!
Okay, let me back up. Total Recall is about a guy who lives a mundane life as a construction worker who wants to be somebody.
I want to be somebody.
And he wants to go to Mars.
Let's do it. Move to Mars.
But his wife doesn't want to go to Mars.
Honey, why do you have to spoil a perfectly wonderful morning?
As a matter of fact, no one wants him to go to Mars.
I think you would be much happier with one of our Saturn cruises.
I'm not interested in Saturn. I said Mars.
So after seeing a commercial on a train, he decides to buy a memory of a trip to Mars and plant it in his brain, and we spend the rest of the movie wondering if what's happening is real or a dream. You see that concept in other movies like The Matrix and Inception, but Total Recall is the one that started it all.
I started this gangster shit, and it's the motherfucking thanks I get.
And it's pretty plausible considering the argument of whether you would know the difference between a real and fake memory, the business behind a company that sells that service even going as far to give you souvenirs, and the idea where if you're gonna have a fake memory, why not have one of someone else? It also has Ronnie Cox,
What the fuck is going on down there?
also known as the bad guy from RoboCop. Honestly, he pretty much plays the same guy he did in RoboCop, but he was dope in RoboCop, which makes him dope in this. Michael Ironside plays Richter, the main bad guy chasing Arnold around, and he has goons, and I mean fucking goons, henchmen, guys with no lines who shoot guns like this. It has Sharon Stone, Hank from Breaking Bad, a Melina before Mortal Kombat, a woman with 3 titties, a little person with a machine gun, the mayor from RoboCop, and even a fat lady who's credited as Fat Lady. Now at this time, this was the second most expensive movie ever made after Rambo 3, and it had a lot going for it. Now, when a movie comes out, we get trailers and trailers for trailers, but this one had Sharon Stone pose for Playboy. Plus the violence is over the top, like my favorite scene where Arnold uses this guy as a human shield. And whenever he kills somebody, he has some pun for it. When he stabs his friend with a drill, he's all like, or when he shoots his wife in the head, he says,
Consider that a divorce.
on the news, people are gunned down, and it doesn't even stop Arnold from enjoying his breakfast. Even the fish can get it. When someone doesn't have some sort of pun, it's hitting below the belt.
I'll bust his balls.
Arnold gets punched in the balls twice in one fight, stomped on in another, grabbed in a bar, and then there's this poor guy. Violence aside, let's talk about the production. They filmed the Earth scenes in New Mexico, and it does a good job as passing itself off as some city of the future, though it seems the Ritz really went down in quality. I don't know how you go from this to this. You know how in RPGs, whenever you talk to somebody in the city, they always have something to say about the world, like in Final Fantasy games? That's how this movie is. People in the background are all like,
Terrible.
And a few days ago, Cohagen raised the price of air.
Again?
Nobody on Earth gives a damn what happens up here.
that's world building. Though some of it's lazy, like the name of this bar is just Sleaze Bar. The soundtrack is pretty fire too. The track from the opening credits goes pretty hard. The Total Recall jingle is catchy as shit. Even Harry can't get it out of his head.
Recall! 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 Recall!
And the music from the club speaks for itself. And shout out to the special effects. When people get shot, body parts damn near explode, and the mutants of Mars all have cool looks, making them look all kinds of fucked up. When Benny reveals himself as a mutant, look at that fucking arm. And for attention to detail, someone was like, let's give it a pinky. They made an Arnold head for special effects, and they use the shit every chance they get. My favorite is when they use it to show him taking out a tracking device from his head through his nose. And Arnold is funny, like when he argues with this old lady.
Excuse me, ma'am, but this is mine.
I don't see your name on it.
Someone left it for me.
You go find your own bag.
Excuse me, ma'am, but I need it.
Fuck you, you asshole.
Tries to make an escape in a cab.
Don't!
Please state a street and number.
Shit!
I'm not familiar with that address.
And when he's throwing shade.
You got a lot of nerve showing your face around here, Hauser.
Look who's talking.
Sick burn, bro. I fucking love this movie. It doesn't get as much shine as Terminator or The Matrix, but this belongs on any best of sci-fi list. It might not be 2001 or Ridley Scott's Aliens, but Total Recall deserves to have some respect put on its name. With all the effects being practical and hardly any CG, it still visually holds up despite being 29 years old. 29 years old. Fuck, I'm old. Thanks for checking out my first video, and if you made it this far,
We hope you enjoyed the ride.